115 decibels, who knew? Whistle and a handle. Outdoor Element. Contour feather. EDC knife here on Handle and Blade. Welcome to the channel, folks. If you have not seen this knife yet, hang with me here. I want to cover some of the really cool features of this everyday carry knife that I've kind of personally really taken a liking to, carry it all the time. It's just great in the hand, the way it feels, the way it cuts, the usability, everything about it is well thought out, well designed, has lots of extra features that you don't find in little knives like this at a great price point. So if you're interested in this knife, go ahead, links in the description, pick you one up today. Yes, I will pick up a little extra commission, but it doesn't cost any more money, but I do appreciate it. If you do like it, go ahead and bounce to that link. Hey, let's move on from there, though. Let's get to the important stuff. What is this knife and what can it do? So popping it out here, what we have is a 2-inch blade VG10 steel. You know anything about VG10? It's a super hard steel, holds a good edge, has a good hardness, Rockwell hardness rating with a, I don't know, rating about that long, so I'm not too sure. I can't remember it. But anyway, it's a good rating. When it comes to the corrosion resistance, it has 15.5% chromium added into the metal, so it's going to be corrosion resistant. Doesn't mean you shouldn't clean your blades. It just means that they're going to hold up for a really long time without breaking down, without getting rusty. It's stainless, so should do really well. Full tang, point to the end here, which of course is what we're looking for. When we're looking for knives, we want to have that certainty that we're not going to run into a fault here right where the blade would meet the handle, where things can separate. There are some knives out there that are lesser quality that just come in a little bit into the scales here, and if it comes apart, you know, you don't want that to happen to you if you're right in the middle of doing something, especially if you're really digging into something and it comes out. You don't want that. So we've got D10 handles on here. They're very nice in design. The nice thing about this is it's super low profile here when it comes to the handle, but when you're actually holding it in your hand, you know, it fits super comfortable. The little cutout here for your index finger, here it picks up your next 3 fingers, so that just kind of gives you an idea from that perspective as far as what's being covered. So in my hand, when it's wrapped around, even though it is a slim profile blade, it just is so comfortable. I feel like I've got something in my hand. I don't feel like I'm going to lose it. There's no weak points. It doesn't feel like a toy. It's just very, very good. Jimping on it's really good. It holds. A lot of times you'll get hold of some of these knives, and the way they've done the jimping, it seems like they kind of just, I don't know, they just left, just kind of, it was an afterthought. You know, it's like, oh, we better put some grooves in there for your thumb, right? But they're kind of slick. These kind of dig into the meat of your thumb, so you can, you know, not doesn't hurt, but I mean, but it's going to lock you in there, so it feels good. You've got the quarter inch hex nut driver right here, which is really nice. That comes in handy with something on the sheath here we're going to talk about in just a minute, as well as being able to just take quarter-inch drivers that you would have in a set and then just lock them on. Use this to tighten and loosen different things depending on whatever bit you're using. And we have a little cutout hole here, drops a little weight on the blade, no big deal. But it is, what's really its purpose is a place to put your thumb and your forefinger. Take your middle finger, put it into this section here now, this slot. So you will be doing this to hold on to the knife. So you write like this. And what that's going to do is give you really fine control over the blade. So if you're just trying to whip up some little kindling to get a fire going, you can just get really fine pieces cut off of there. Works really well if you're doing a little whittling, whatever it might be. You know, this is kind of an all-purpose knife. You do a little bit of everything with it. Just works great for multiple reasons. Moving on over to the sheath. Kydex fits in really nice. It clicks in place, and once it's locked in, it's locked in. There is no play, there's no give, there's no slop. It fits in there, it's locked in, great. Or, you know, when you go to pull it out of there, I always take my thumb and just kind of push it off of there, and it kind of clicks off. Well, it only clicks off because it's in my hand. It was actually what I'm going to talk about here is when it's clipped into your pocket, on your belt, or on your 3/4 inch webbing straps that are on any of your gear. You can run it this way, you can run it this way, you can run it this way, doesn't matter. You know, on any of your gear straps, you can run it that way, vertically on your belt, you can run out of your pocket, anyway like that. You're going to take your thumb still, come down, and just push up from there. And it comes out real easy, but it's locked in there. So this clip, I can't say enough about. It's such a good clip, it's a pain in the neck. That's how good this clip is. It's one that I kind of fuss about because once I've got it in my pocket, you can't just lift it. It just doesn't slide right out. I have to get down in there and pull this back and work it out of my pocket. But hey, at the end of the day, that's what I want because I've gone through the entire day with zero fear of losing my knife because the sheath just happened to just fall out, and I've run across those as well where this little clip just doesn't really hold. So moving on from there, we have a ferro rod that is has a little holder here with it's threaded. Now normally it's threaded all the way in and tight, which you use this little 1/4-inch hex fits into that, so you can go ahead and loosen it or tighten it back up, whichever you're going to do with it. But once that is unscrewed, you turn your sheath around and then go ahead and screw it back into the other side, giving you a place to go ahead and hold on to, and then you can come in here and give it some sparks. There's a whoop, there it is. There's a coating on here. It just takes a second to get it going. Does really good job as far as getting your sparks going. And the final thing that's really nice about this sheath is it has a ceramic little honer in here. So when you're done using your knife each time, just come through here, run it through, just take your time, run it through slow, give it a few swipes through there, put a fresh edge on your blade, and that way it's ready to go for the next time that you're going to use it. So moving on from there real quick, it's gonna cut everything. It's gonna cut cardboard, it's gonna cut tape, it's gonna cut your packaging. You know, we got some paracord here, and it's just gonna go ahead and cut your paracord, no problem. So I don't have to go on a big to-do about cutting lots of things with this knife because it's just a nice sharp blade. But I do want to show you, this blade is, I'm gonna say, nearly indestructible. It is strong. You're not gonna bend it. You can beat the hang out of this thing. I've got a piece of wood here. Let's go ahead. Which one am I using here? I think we'll go with this one here. If you're just wanting to do some kindling, I just want to show you as far as just knocking the snot out of this thing. You can just work that thing down and just knock the heck out of it, and it's just going to eat right through. This is some pretty good oak here, hard stuff, and it just threw it like nothing. You can just keep going from there. Take it again, knock it down. I'm just playing around here earlier and just got a whole bunch of pieces with no problem whatsoever. So campsite, walking around town, self-defense, has a really sharp tip. So even from a self-defense standpoint, if you need to stranger danger, get it out, do something real quick to put some distance between you and trouble, this is the knife that can do it as well. So just the perfect all-around EDC knife. So without question, you know, I like it. I think it's a great knife. I think it should be something you should add to your collection. So hey, hit that link down there in the description. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell. I really appreciate it. And we'll keep dumping out videos here showing you all kinds of different knives, giving you little cut test demonstrations, and letting you know whether they're good or bad. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.